One way is there are people that prefer an API type of integration where they're going to call and ask a digital worker to perform a task, and they're just going to get the answer through an API call, whether it's asynchronous or synchronous. But in other environments, people want the AI agent to actually connect to the same system that a human operator would use and to actually pull cases out of that system and then to work those cases and log the case notes into those systems so that nothing has to change whatsoever and no technical integration has to be done by a customer. And that's the more powerful way of doing it from our perspective. The rest of the digital worker functionality also can include being able to, without writing any code, pulling information from a variety of in-house systems and third-party systems, including the web and third-party data providers, in order to create a very rich dossier that's going to make better decisions. And so being able to pull information from these places without having to do a systems integration project is a really important capability that we put a lot of energy into. And so that's the second way in which it fits into the tech stack. The last way it fits into the tech stack is, of course, it's highly secure and it integrates with things like single sign-on systems and other ways in which the information is kept secure and integrates into the overall enterprise security architecture of the customer. So the security, it comes in many forms. First, of course, there's the old, does the system have a secure network infrastructure and a secure connection to my facility? And that's one thing that we handle, whether that's by running our system within your data center or virtual private cloud, or running it within our virtual private cloud and connecting it responsibly to yours. Second way in which things remain secure is that obviously the system is secure by design. And we do a tremendous amount of work before the product ever ships to make sure that it is highly secure and that we look for any kind of security vulnerability by doing code scans and penetration testing and reviewing all the tech stack against industry vulnerability lists to make sure that we ship software on day one that's highly secure. Next is how do we secure the information once we have custody of it? And that is through encrypted disks. It's through encrypted databases and resource managers that run on top of those disks. It's with encrypted communication between every node in the system, including nodes that are part of the digital worker and nodes that are part of the bank's infrastructure. So the system further has the kinds of entitlements that you would expect and the kinds of dual approvals and audit trail and ability to keep track of everything that's happened in the system so that it maintains security. And whether it's in your environment and no data ever leaves it, or it's in our environment, no data ever leaves a production enclave so that it doesn't leak out accidentally for QA or other pre-production readiness reasons. The AI agents, essentially, from the beginning, they're running on our Work AI, no-code, machine learning, and data manipulation platform, right? And this allows them to get data from anywhere using our generic connector infrastructure. It allows us to orchestrate the steps that are going to be taking place through our business process environment. It allows us to, have business rules, which are a way in which you implement standards and practices that are declarative. It's a way in which machine learning models are running and are created and for data extraction and classification and decision making. It's a way in which information is presented to a person with everything being explained. And it's a way in which those actions are taken using the same kind of connector infrastructure, but with a complete audit trail of everything that happened. So that's the platform level. And then the agents are essentially the content that drives that platform. So it's what is the orchestration that you require in order to handle a sanctions alert? Well, it's a series of steps. And each one of those steps uses one of those capabilities that I talked about. So by running it on that platform, it also gives us the ability of tailoring it without having to do custom software for an individual bank that says, I need a new rule added because it's something that we've decided will be a policy and practice and they can just drop a new rule step inside an orchestration, and now the digital worker will honor that. So digital workers are a way in which this all comes together to solve a very specific job function that would have been done by a person today, using the same kind of flexibility and creativity, problem solving, and ability to show the work that a person would have. And those are all platform capabilities being marshaled to unique problems at hand.